Here we are.
On the road to Hudson's Hope for a level 2 charge. We just got done camping at Cameron Lake, which was beautiful. We had some super friendly neighbors. Shout out to
Eric, Dan, and Nora.
Eric, Dan, Nora, Stacy, and Cody, and all the dogs too. They were so friendly and welcomed us over to their campsite. Actually let us use their boat and gave us some cool contacts that we might actually be able to line up some events. There's some car shows going on. They're based around Dawson Creek and also Fort St. John. So that was really cool to meet them all, and we're excited to get on the road. Got back into the vehicle after packing up everything, headed on the road, and realized I didn't have my phone. It's not in the car. I'm like, Richard, why didn't you grab it? Did you grab it? Did I grab it? I don't know. And we're like, okay. So we parked and we phoned it. And the buzzing seems to sound like it's coming from inside the folded up tent. So we'll hopefully find that when we park. Either way, happy to get moving again. I think we'll probably make it to Fort St. John today for the night, depending on how long our charging takes. It's already 12:30. And then the stretch between Fort St. John and Fort Nelson is a really big one with no charging. That's 300 some kilometers.
Cut and take a picture of this video across the bridge.
Wow, look at this cool bridge.
New video.
The people we've met here have all been saying that the smoke just a week ago was unbearable, that you had to stay inside. The sky was gray, there was ash falling, and I can't believe that we've missed that just by a week. So we're really, really grateful for the delays that we had in starting. Because I think if we'd started this trip when we'd intended to, we probably would have gotten stuck in all of that mess. And
charging up, not being able to go outside, but you're outside. And
yeah, right. Like, how would camping have been? It would have been miserable. So luckily, that's not the case, and things are beautiful. And we are definitely enjoying being outside. Our last campsite was gorgeous, right on the water.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We'll have some pictures and a couple of videos up of canoeing on that lake. Absolutely spectacular. Thanks again, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, feel free to...
We saw beavers and a moose and bald eagles. Oh my goodness.
And Canadian geese.
And Canadian geese, yeah. And some jumping fish. Wow, what a magical day. Red-winged blackbirds, always lovely to see them. But yeah, such a special, spectacular thing to see a moose. They're so peaceful and just drinking the water. As soon as they kind of saw us and noticed us, the way they just saunter off into the forest, it's mystical. I've only seen a couple of mooses in my life, and every time it's very, very memorable. So we're really grateful that we got to see one yesterday. Maybe there'll be more on the trip. Stay tuned.
Maybe a bear.
Yeah, we'll see a bear. People have mentioned that there's been black bears around in the ditches, so we're keeping our eyes open.
Awesome. Feel free to like or follow or subscribe, whichever you like.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Let us know what pictures you're enjoying most, and if you have any questions on the EV industry in general, or Rivian, or EV charging, send us a message, put some comments below, and we'll do our best to get back to you.
Awesome. All right, so we got a Sun Country station here, and I'm gonna add my data.
Yeah, get your data.
Get my data up before we plug in. This is an important thing we gotta keep remembering. I think there might be a way to export that somehow from Rivian. We gotta get in touch with them and ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good old Sun Country. So this is a free charger, non-networked. Just plug it in and go.
There you go. Fort St. John, 87 kilometers. Check your fuel. We have 182 kilometers. Apparently that's between 10 and 20% not accurate, depending on 1, who's driving, Nicole or I, 2, how crazy we're driving, how fast we're driving, Wind resistance with trucks were beside, or behind, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, hills and such are large factors there. But we're still trying to figure out the optimum speed. It seems like 100, 105 kind of thing is around the sweet spot. It's just not fast enough.
Gotta get used to driving a little slower than we're typically going.
Yeah.
But yeah, gusty, windy days seem to be a bit of a factor. And yeah, we're finding that out as we go.
Crossing some new roads.
Looks like we're not quite on the road anymore. That's interesting. So that road that is under construction we just drove by is not on the map. And by the way, I did in fact find my phone in the tent. We had to open the whole thing, and then it was tucked up in the sleeping bag. Try not to do that again. We're on a brand new road. Yeah, here comes the other cars. Gravel road's another big factor for range, isn't it? We haven't really done much gravel driving at all.
A little bit. It's only day 4.
Of the trip. We're on day 6 now. Yeah, we are.
On Tuesday.
We left on Tuesday. What day is it?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Day 6.
You and your math. You and your math.
You're the mathy guy. This landscape is changing, that's for sure. We've definitely noticed fewer trees out here, and the trees that are around are much shorter. So we're starting to see some different So as we're charging, we're munching on some salmon jerky. We got this in Chetwynd. It's very good. We're gonna sort out this crazy truck. We're gonna sort the back seat and pull everything out, get that all tidied up. It's so crazy how fast it happens that you just throw stuff in the back.
Plus, we didn't really have too much time to kind of sort it all out before we left. It's one thing to get on the road and then start sorting. It's a whole different thing to actually sort before you leave. You could always sort more. So we kind of just decided leave, and while we're on the road, charging at a charger, for example, we'll have some time to just park and get things a little bit more organized before we get too far into this whole thing.
So interestingly enough, it's saying that we're going to arrive after 42 kilometers of driving with only 48 kilometers left. However, we have 130 kilometers. So where's the math going on that one? We're figuring it might have something to do with the hill that we're about to be driving, that we are driving up, or perhaps the fact that this highway is marked differently on the map, but I don't know. That's a bit of a low number to look at, all that red circle of doom. Oh, hey, look, it just changed to 83.
Well on camera.
Wow. Okay, I wonder what was going on there. Interesting. Here we are at Fort St. John, Flow Station. This is going to be the very last fast charger that we're going to see until we get to the Yukon, which is super exciting. We called up Pink Mountain Resort RV Park, and cleared that they have 30 amp power and we can charge there as long as we have the adapter, which we do. So we're going to go park there for the night, which is about halfway to Fort Nelson. Then we'll get to Fort Nelson tomorrow.
And that'll top us up another 10 or 11 hours. Depends on how long we want to sleep tomorrow, being a Monday.
Yeah, because there's no actual chargers between here and Fort Nelson. It's about 380 kilometers. So,
and it's windy and it's steep.
Yeah. So that's going to be somewhere where it definitely needs to have a charger at some point. But for now, we got to be creative. And we're glad that there's adapters out there that allow us to charge. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, glad Nicole found one literally driving on the way out of Aggie. That was very convenient. So yeah, this is a 50 kilowatt charger. Thank you, Flo.
Yeah.
They have another level 2 charger here. It says it's a 72 amp charger, which is pretty darn speedy for level 2. So we're thinking we'll top our Rivian up to 85% with the fast charger, and then unplug and plug into the level 2 just to top up while we finish everything off here and get as close to 100% as we can. Because after leaving Pink Mountain, we still need charge to get up there.
Yep.
And a better route planner said that with 85% charge here, topping up to 55% at Pink Mountain, we'll get there with 4% battery power left. And as confident as I am in those numbers, I'd rather have a little bit more of a buffer than that. So I'll just top up a little bit more here and give us some breathing room to not have to whiten up the whole day. As much fun as that is. And we'll go from there and we'll check in later. See that?
Meantime, there we go. We got charged up to 515 kilometers, 90%. That's definitely a good start. Good to start making our way up the Alaska Highway.
See you on the flip side.
Awesome. North we go.
North we go.
Alright, so we're seeing some of the first evidence of the fires that came through here. On the ground, burnt trees. We were thinking long and hard about coming up here with the state of things when we were planning. It's good to keep in mind that sometimes when delays happen, it could be for a good reason. Like we've had that happen a number of times for us. That something didn't quite line up the way we'd planned and we were frustrated and things were delayed and held up, and then we found out later on that we dodged some pretty bad situations because of those delays. Interesting thing to think about.
Rivian R1T. It's charging from a trailer RV hookup. It's a 30 amp breaker, 120 volt. We've downrated our amperage take from the vehicle to 24 amps. It gives you the 20% buffer you need to be able to keep under any limits that might mess around with all the cabling. And that's a TT30 plug plugged into an adapter, wired specifically for EVs, not just an RV plug, plugged into a J1772 Rivian portable adapter, or sorry, portable EV charger here at Pink Mountain RV Park. This is the day before we get to Fort Nelson. We're at about 350 kilometers range right now, topped up in Fort St. John. And then we're going to head up to Fort Nelson tomorrow, get a little bit of a top up for lunch, and then head out probably to Leard Hot Springs. There's a resort up there for RVs. We'll need to stay there for a couple of days just to top back up before we get into Yukon. And then the fact that we got there is kind of insane in the first place, so we haven't really figured out what we're going to do when we get there, but we'll definitely be posting where we are, how we're doing, and how cool and fun to drive this guy is. Go, Rocky, go! Have a good night, everyone. Sleep well.